So from the top, Royal Rumblepak today, with me and Author Blues, we have a special bunch of games that we modded a little bit for you tonight. It's going to be a 16-player battle royale. Every time a round goes by, half of the competitors will be eliminated until we are down to just one. In the first game, Game 1, The Adventures of Bayou Billy. Just look at him. Look at his face. Even the,
What a great guy.
the cover is blurry. And also, got this for you. I wish that Bayou Billy was more playable.
A whole multimedia experience. I love this.
Yeah. The goal of Bayou Billy will be to beat the car stage. So
All
go
right,
ahead
well,
and send that to
I'm
me.
gonna give them the game and get them to set up. They're gonna be playing Game A, right? I don't actually know what the difference between Game A and Game B is on.
They need the
Bayou Billy.
one that does not use the zapper, because we don't have a zapper, and
I think that's Game A.
I think so. I'll check. Game A is D-pad. Game B is zapper.
Okay.
No, wait. I think that's backwards. It is Game B we want.
Oh, it's Game B we want.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to find that. Game B definitely uses the controller according to these guides, and we're looking to beat stage 4. Look at those big letters. What the-
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and give them the countdown once everyone has fired up. Oh, actually, you know, I'm gonna tell them to enter the first stage and pause.
Yes, that's good.
Once I see everyone there, I will give them the countdown.
Residual deviance is on the wrong thing.
Okay, let me pass that information to them.
And we have a 30-minute limit on this to see which 8 players will move on to round 2.
I don't know what their display name on Discord is. Man, that display names on Discord is the worst.
Chaos Defrost.
Thank you. Unless it's just frozen. Are they?
I can check. I don't think so, though.
All right. I mean, we can go without if you want to, or whatever you think.
We're past setup time here pretty far,
All
so
right.
let's give it a countdown. Everyone's waiting on you.
Yep. All right, we should have everyone going.
We're past the setup time. Nice. Jamming.
Man, I don't know if I'm on some mega delay or what, but I felt like there was 45 seconds between that countdown and all the feeds going.
It's because running 16 feeds is tough.
Yeah, no, it's I don't envy you the strain that this is supposed to be on your computer.
In reality, they are about a minute behind, I would say. All of them about the same desync though. So they need to use Control 1 to mark themselves done. This is another thing that they really need to use my setup and not ignore me when I say, if you're playing, you need this. You just need it. Just grab the thing. We have an all-inclusive pack ready to go. Nobody should be on their own OBS for this.
I've never played Bayou Billy, so you've played through this. Darkman's talking about you having done an LP of this. So like, walk me through the tale of Bayou Billy.
The mayor of Bourbon Street has kidnapped Annabelle from Bayou Billy, and he wants to go get her back. And he goes beat up all his boys, and he gets a whip at some point, and he dies on the way and doesn't succeed.
Does thinking about this game like bring out that affectation in you?
This game is impossibly hard. It's so stupid. Yeah. This is Blockbuster saying this game's too easy. Japan has no money in that. We're gonna make Mad City, but we're gonna put it in Louisiana, and we're gonna make it impossible to win. And that's what they did. They just took Mad City, which is a good game. It's the same as this, but you know, with better numbers on it, and they well, it's just not playable anymore. We could have just given them Mad City. It's that much of a difference. If I gave them Mad City instead of using the cheats that we put on, which we didn't specify, and I don't know that we should, but there are some helpful things going on for Bayou Billy here, and even with those, Mad City is still easier than what this is.
Yeah, that's the thing, is for these races, some games are too easy, some games are too hard for our players, and it's like, we gotta find a way to like make them able to play a game like Bayou Billy or Ghosts and Goblins or something like that. Something where, you know, there's just no way we could ask a player to beat any levels in a game like this.
It's true.
I mean, you start with what, 2 lives, and you get your ass kicked by the first guy. Yeah,
this is a beat 'em up of the highest caliber of. Please don't get hit. Just be the biggest dodger ever. Just go in, hit them, back off, and that's it. There's also alligators that are manual to kill, and they take 1,000,000 hits. And there is a way to fight them without getting hit, but it just it's crazy. It's nuts.
I feel like I should go back and watch your LP of this. Just watch the journey of becoming the Bayou Billy master.
Yeah, I am good at Bayou Billy in the form of being able to beat it at all. We won't get there, obviously, but there's like 5 endings to this game.
Do you have a timer you want to put on screen, or are you just writing it separately?
I need to do that. I'm just needing to rebind this one to count up instead of counting down.
Yeah, we're giving them. We said 30 minutes. I'll try to give them some updates on the time as we get further through this. So we'll be going for 30 minutes. The hope is that, as with Royal Rumblepak in general, the hope is that we get half of our group at any given time clearing it, rather than just having to judge it based on progress. But we will either stop them at the 30-minute mark and assess who our top 8 are, or we will stop once we get 8 clears, and that will be our next group for our next round. So this is sort of a battle royale system. We have 16 players going right this second. Once we get past this round, we will only have 8 people remaining, then 4, then 2, and that will finally leave us with 1 reigning champion for the week.
So far, the same person won both of the ones that we've done.
Need to start giving them special versions with Game Genie codes to make it harder.
I plan to make this a bit more clear on visual, like layout and stuff. and I'm working on some like other design things, but I like what we got going on mostly.
Yeah, the way that you're able to highlight a few streams at a time looks really nice, so I'm glad we have that. Otherwise, we'd be looking at a grid of the smallest possible game feed. Unimaginably small game feeds.
Death. There are checkpoints in this mess.
Fortunately, one of the enhancements we gave them is infinite lives. Like I said before, this would be terrible ask if it didn't have that, but their life count is not going down, so that's awesome.
This game is a menace.
Is that, did Jerry make it to the next level?
The next level is completely different, so yes.
Yeah.
That is level 2.
Looks like we've got someone clearing level 1. That's pretty amazing.
Level 2 is a easy, it's supposed to be a zapper stage, which is new tech, but if you don't have a zapper, you get this, which is somehow harder than having a zapper, but it's still pretty easy at this point. There's 2 stages of this in this game, and the second one is mean. This one, though, these guys don't really see you very well. They just kind of run around.
It's playable enough.
Yeah, playable. Yeah.
I said playable enough.
We're currently pulling audio from player 11, who is Deathlock 546, one of the only players who gave me audio. Can't be helped too much. Actually, a lot of them did, so I can start pulling other people's audio. I don't know what Residual's doing, so I guess I'll take him off the list.
Okay. Something might have come up, had to step away or something.
Yeah. That is another stage cleared.
Well, we've got 2 people heading into stage 2. This is a good sign. You know, you never know with a game like this whether infinite lives is really even enough to make the difference, but we've got some people making progress. Poltergeist is our 3rd entering stage 2. These are our front runners right now. You can probably, you know, assuming the pace stays the same, these are the people you can probably expect to see moving on to the next round.
There is a gun that is dropped some in like stage 1 here. If they find it, they can hit select to use it, but they might be able to work that out on their own. I'm not sure. Here's the helicopter. It has it's the boss, so you're gonna have to take it out before it takes you out. That's the trouble. But with infinite lives, they can just keep trying until they get it. The helicopter has like 50 health, and they show 6 of it. So you shoot it a bunch, and it feels like nothing's happening. But you're making it. You're getting it. You just gotta shoot it 50 times, and it looks like only the last 6 matter, but the first 44 are very important too. Just unload on that boy.
I feel like if you're not ready to track it at all times, it's going to be hard to damage race it. Because if you're actually holding a zapper, you can just, you know, move the zapper quite quickly over to where it is as it's moving around. But
you can't ignore it too much because it also shoots you. It's
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like a damage race. I mean, it's not like it's a game where you can press a button to hide behind cover or something like that. You're just taking damage.
Yeah, that's true. Jerry's working on it. He almost had it the first time. Not quite.
Deathlock is also fighting a helicopter.
Yep. They're getting butchered by it.
Hopefully all the enemies that the helicopter, or that are spawning during the helicopter fight, hopefully some of them still drop health packs? That would be nice.
No, I don't think they do.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I'm surprised they're struggling with this. This is the part I didn't think they'd need any help with. I think they need to shoot more. They're just not shooting enough. Oh, that's also a thing. If you shoot an enemy, you don't lose a bullet. That's how guns work. And if you shoot 2 enemies with 1 bullet, you gain a bullet.
Okay, looks like Poltergeist is our first clear on the helicopter. Poltergeist following the advice of just be shooting more.
Yes. Looks like Jerry's figured out just be shooting more as well. Incredible playing.
Yeah, Flagra has now moved on to stage 2.
Stage 3 is short. It's just the boss fight, and then after that, we got the car.
I feel like it's got to make a huge difference having a weapon in this game because
yes,
just looking at the amount of hits it takes to kill any enemy with punching and kicking, it's just like it's such a slog.
it's a blockbuster kind of change. Like, this is absolutely Americans want Reynolds. The capitalism killed Bayou Billy.
Is this one of those famous stories of a game made worse by, video game rental culture?
I just assume it is, because why is this so much
that,
worse?
right?
Mad City, these guys take 2 or 3 hits each, and this, it's something like 13. Just out of control.
Yeah, I was testing the changes that Smite recommended for this. I put in the game Genie codes, and Smite was like, "Did you get it working?" And I said, "Well, I didn't make it to the other levels because I was not going to punch every enemy 15 times. I was over it."
Well, it has been 10 minutes. We have a couple people on level 3. They're making it. A lot of people are struggling. We just need
progress
8.
is happening.
Yeah.
Hopefully, some of these people are using the layout you have so that we can get them to indicate completion, but
I'll be able to tell if they actually finish.
Yeah.
The level is radically different. This game mixes it up. It wants to bring in all the tech. Like, it's actually pretty neat, and it sucks that America ruined it. Because, you got your Zapper stage, and it's a pretty cool Zapper game for the time. It's a lot of mechanics going on. You get paid
it's a bummer
for
there
accuracy.
weren't more good light gun games. There's a handful of good light gun games, but it feels like tech that they could have made more cool games with.
Yeah, not only that, you have a driving section, which we'll be seeing, that is also radically different, and it's pretty neat. It's too hard, but it's pretty neat. In Mad City, it's not as hard.
So we've had Jerry is in stage 3 now. Does stage 3 look more or less like stage 1?
Yeah, it's the last beat 'em up stage we'll be doing today.
Okay.
Jerry dropped their chicken in the lake, and they're trying to find it. But I think the alligator has picked it up, as they do, and you gotta beat it back out of them. Grab that chicken real quick. Oh, it stole it again.
I hate it when alligators steal my chicken.
They're gonna have to work out the secret of the gators. There's just ways to beat them without getting hit at all.
Is the secret just punch them more?
Just punch them from the right place.
Okay.
The right way. Use tech.
Yeah, there's a few famous examples of games that were made worse by video rental culture. A bunch of Disney games had that issue, like Lion King is at least one famously quoted. I never know how true any of the stories are, but
it is definitely basically the entirety of level 2.
Yeah, exactly. Designed to be so difficult that you would not be able to complete it as a rental.
Poltergeist is on the boss, who is a menace of a boss, but they seem to be doing well. They're not the only one either. Deathlock is also there. That big guy with the pants.
Mm-hmm.
Get that manual out. I can tell you his name.
Oh, the person Poltergeist is fighting right there is the boss of level 3?
Yes.
Wow, this is pretty good progress. Virtua Cat is working on the boss, you know, the helicopter in stage 2 as well.
That guy's name is Louis Torture.
Okay.
Louise Torture. Hurricane Hank is the shirtless guy with the stick that Extreme Zero does not like.
There's a lot of and swear words happening on Discord.
Thugs McGraw are the other two. Jacques Kilstow is the diver. Migraine Mike, Ball and Chain Man. We haven't seen him. Some of the jams there. There we go.
It is kind of interesting the impact that that video game rentals had on the industry at the time.
Godfather Gordon, the gangster king of Bourbon Street, has hired the Cajun Cutthroat to take you out, and Schwartz and Egger.
Of course.
The biker's name is The Accelerator. That is my gang name. Just call me Speedman.
Poltergeist heading into the car stage. Here we go.
Now that's it.
Unfortunately, it looks like that change didn't end up working. Thank God we got clean audio from everyone, because I can't imagine listening to a microphone while they're playing this game. Imagine the words we'd be hearing right now.
In between every stage, the Gordon, the mayor of Bourbon Street, says some dumb shit like, "Ha, bet you didn't think you'd make it, but you did. But not this time." And then he laughs at you, and it's a really good laugh. It's something like, "Ha ha ha ha!" And it's a really good clip. I love it. No one's playing it because they're speedrunning, but you know.
You may need to reboot Pocket Robin. Pocket Robin said that their stream dropped for just a second.
Yeah, I'll get on that.
We've got both Poltergeist and Okami games on stage 4, so we've got 2 clears potentially incoming. Now, one of the modifications we wanted to make was infinite time on the car level. It doesn't seem like that modification actually ended up working though, so that's a little unfortunate. But with infinite lives, I think that problem will sort itself out for the most part.
True. Yeah. This is rough because not only do you have like 3 lives for the whole damn game, but also if you're not cruising, you will not make it because the timer is super tight, and in Mad City you're gonna have like 50 extra seconds. But this, if they didn't do that, you can see that this game is pretty neat. It's you stay away from the walls.
Ideas.
You have a good idea of where to turn. There's helicopters that respond to the grenade throw, and then there's jeeps that respond to the gunshot. Everyone on the road is a employee of Gordon, the gangster of Bourbon Street or whatever, so you gotta watch out for that.
We got Jerry still working on the boss of 3. Digi's in 2. Poltergeist looks, I mean, to the way it looks to me, it looks like is on track to clear stage 4.
Absolutely, both of these players are going to finish Okami Games and Poltergeist.
Oh no! Oh no, Poltergeist! Oh, the crash doesn't. Oh, I assume the crash would just make you start the level over.
No, that's where the lives come in. You can really burn through your lives on this stage. You die instantly now. You have no health bar.
It does seem like this could be a real problem if you didn't have infinite lives.
Yeah. You finally get your whip after this. It changes combat completely because even America couldn't ruin the whip. The whip is it's like a full range Castlevania whip, and you got it nailed big time.
All right. So Poltergeist is our first clear. Okami Games is too close to the end, I think, to possibly fail this. With Jerry Harris and Deathlock both starting off stage 4 now, odds are good that we're going to see another clear. Digi now heading into stage 3. Flagra in stage 3.
They drop a gun. I'm being yelled at for not giving the gun, but they drop the gun. You can get the gun big time. Just gotta steal that gun.
Extreme Zero, as always, having a normal one in the chat.
The divers have the gun. They come equipped.
Maybe they don't. Maybe the changes we tried to make ended up making them not drop the gun. I never saw one, but I wasn't looking for it.
I saw somebody else get it just now. It's
Okay.
Yeah, they definitely drop it sometimes.
Must be inconsistent. Extreme Zero got the good dice rolls. This game looks pretty brutal. I do not understand how you could possibly ask players to play this without infinite lives on. It just seems like a foregone conclusion that you have to put infinite lives on it.
You can make the driving section easier by doing training and getting a little bonus, which is fantastic. You get like 10 more seconds.
Like, doing training?
And the main menu, you can train on the bullets and get more ammo or something. Or you could do, it says practice mode there. See, Patrick Murders.
Yeah, I saw practice mode. I just didn't expect such unbelievable game design as to suggest that you get a benefit for doing practice mode.
Yeah, if you do it at the end of completing it, it says, hey, nice work. You're a good driver now. You're going to get bonus time.
I love the idea that means that if you ever want to play this game, that you have to play practice mode before you're allowed to play the game just to give you the edge you need to beat it.
The joy of the driving section is that there's another much worse one right after this one. Which it seems like nobody has gone after.
Choice.
It is extremely long. Jerry has finished.
Deathlock just crossed the finish line. Jerry also crossing the finish line. We've got, how many is that now? 4 clears?
Yes.
I can't tell the difference between stage 1 and stage 3. I know we have several people on stage 3 right now, and I'm seeing, 3 people on stage 2, so we've got time for a few more clears, definitely. If by chance we do not get 8 clears, then we will certainly be looking at the people who made it the furthest in stage 3 and backwards from there.
We tried to give them the WIP cheat, but that didn't work. And I think they would all be very happy if it did.
Yeah, the modifications we were trying to make were always have the WIP and infinite time on the car stage. I don't know why the WIP one didn't work. I only found it listed in one place, and I could not figure out why it wasn't working, so... Okami of Games in Discord says Bayou Billy's a rough game. Maybe this is a situation where it's okay to say bad game.
Bayou Billy was on the Captain N or whatever that Nintendo thing was.
Yeah.
He showed up for 1 minute. You really have to abuse the mechanics here to win without a million lives, and the beat 'em up section is rough. We can see Virtual Cat tossing the knife over and over again, picking it back up. Stabbing a man with a knife only does like 3 damage out of his 15 health.
Does throwing it do more?
No.
Or you're calling that the stab, got it. But it's like the equivalent of punching them 3 times?
Yeah.
I mean, that's still an upgrade over punching them. How much more damage does that flying kick do when you press A and B together?
Not much. I would recommend the stick.
What do you do if you don't have a weapon?
You lose.
Yeah, I would recommend having a weapon.
Yeah. Get one as soon as possible.
stop not having a weapon.
Digi has killed the boss and is on the car stage.
Digi is by far on track to clear this in time. So we will probably be seeing another clear. I'd love to see us get 8 actual clears, but we'd be happy to figure out who... We'll see where we're at after the timer's up. There's a few people who are close enough. You know, I'm seeing a few people working on the boss of stage 3. I mean, there's still enough time on the clock to beat stage 4.
Make no mistake, that boss is terrible, but it can be done, especially with a bunch of lives to throw at him. Louise Torchar can be beaten. These Phoenix Wright ass names.
His last name sounds like torture, and I think that's what they were going for there. You know?
Yeah, I see.
It's a pretty clever reference. I mean, we have one person on stage 4, and I see 3 other people fighting the boss of stage 3. So it is not unthinkable that we get 8 clears here.
Extreme Zero has found the gun. Now the guy with the white vest there, he's got a bulletproof vest, and it broke Extreme Zero's stick. They put that in the game. He hit the vest with the stick, and it broke. Isn't that neat? Incredible. That's game. That's gameplay.
Love it. Love that. Love that for everyone involved.
Thank you for these subs, by the way.
That's actually a good point. You know, it is more realistic. If you're playing Streets of Rage and you're just like one dude beating up 50 guys, like what kind of realism is that? That's nonsense. That would never happen.
You're right.
We have 5 clears. We have Joystick Hero on stage 4, looking good.
Have you seen Crocodile Dundee?
I have, many years ago.
Not a great movie, but it's alright, I guess. It's the standard guy out of place, has to get used to weird things.
Yeah.
Story. But obviously, they decided Bayou Billy was just gonna be that guy. And they made him a superhero.
I'm amazed by this Jeep. It gets from 0 up to, I'm sorry, is that 180 miles per hour in like 3 seconds.
The best part of it is that Billy could maybe go faster, but he just stops there. He puts it on cruise control because 180 dead on, just never anything less. It doesn't waver up or down. 180 even.
Well, I mean, that's the speed limit.
Yeah,
it's not gonna break the law. Come on.
That's something Gordon, the Godfather of Bourbon Street, would do. Well, Joystick Hero is definitely on the list of people who are gonna make it. We have to figure out who the other 3 are.
2, right? Because we've got 5 already, and Joystick Hero will make 6.
It's my 5th that I missed here.
Digi, I think, was
yeah.
the latest clear.
Okay, so let me see where everyone is. No one's on the car stage. A lot of people are on level 2. Digital Basic is fighting the boss. Flarga's been there for a long time. Virtual Cat. Maybe one of them killing the boss is gonna be the like whoever. It's one of those 3, I think.
Yeah. Well, do you want to let it run and see who beats the boss and let that be the picks for the last ones?
This boss is a damage race, and he can just grab you and ruin your day, and that's what's been happening to Flargra. It sucks.
Oh yeah, several of our players have found themselves, unfortunately, in a corner, just getting thrown.
There, Flargra died after hitting him again. Just had a heart attack from the throws in the jeez. I'm not sure what advice I'd have for this guy. Just kick him and try and jump kick him and not be in front of him, because he will grab you if you're in this hitbox.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't stand in front of him. I'd probably be, you know, walking up to him and trying to jump kick through him and then moving away and repeating.
We'll enter sudden death here as we get our last.
Virtua Cat is what? Excuse me? Excuse me?
Can't throw me. I'm stuck in a tree, idiot.
Well, that was great news.
Virtua Cat is almost certainly going to make it now with that tree tech. The next level. If at this point the next car I see is our 8th player, that is our sudden death.
Yep.
If they can't do it in 5 minutes, it's Digital Basic versus Flargra mostly is what we would expect. But if they don't hurry, maybe someone else will get there first.
I've let them know that we're in a sudden death situation. We can't really separate them because we haven't been keeping track of boss progress. But next person who makes it to the car stage will be our 8th, and we'll call it there. Virtua Cat has secured their position as our 7th. There's no question about that.
Digital Basic is having a bad time. Flargra has gotten him down to 1 health and just couldn't finish the job.
Wonder if that tree tech, that staying in that corner in particular, is repeatable. If it's consistent, or if it just happened to be the good fortune of standing in a weird spot.
Digital Basic is not getting it. Flargra landed it, got all those hits.
Oh, there we go. That's it. All right, we have 8.
Get doubles overnight. It's very excited. All right. Player 2, Okami. Player 3, Polterghost. Virtua Cat, player 8. Flargra, player 6. Not player 5.
The chat is the Discord chat is currently confused about whether or not this game is actually playable.
Player 13 Digi and player 14 Jerry Eris is our winners. Okay. It's time for an intermission of a sort. What did you think of Bayou Billy?
That was I'm glad we made that one easier. It desperately needed it.
Yeah.
That was good though. It was nice to see a little more of that game than just the little bit where I got beat up for a while at the beginning of the game.
I'm gonna drop the names of the players who made it.
All right.
Give them a couple minutes while we discuss Bayou Billy. What a game! That's all I have to say.
Do you miss playing it? Like, you thinking about that LP and how you want to go back and play more Bayou Billy?
I made that for a Bad Games thread on Something Awful. It's a short LP. It's like an hour and a half. If you're bored, want to play it, it's a playlist on my YouTube channel. I compared it I always go too hard on my LPs, as you might have realized when I told you what my La Milana plan was.
Yeah.
So every run of it I did right next to Mad City to show every single difference that there was. And then I got the 3 endings. Let's talk about those, because I mentioned them, but there are 3. One of them is you save Annabelle, you get a nice kiss.
Aw.
I don't remember what there's some kind of other ending where you don't save her. But then there's an ending where you save her, you let her out, and then as her model chases you, you can, for God knows why, you can evade her until 10 seconds is up, and then you get an ending where she's like, "What's the problem, Billy? Don't you love me anymore?" And she cries, and Billy runs off, and that's the ending.
Oh, that's really good. It's good that the game gives you that option.
It's insane.
Look, I wasn't in it for the hot babes. I was just here to beat up some guys in the swamp.
All right. Okay, game 2. Mega Man 1.
State-of-the-art, high-resolution graphics. Just look at them right there on the box.
I wish Mega Man had the ability to glide through the air. Wouldn't that be nice?
Well, I'll go ahead and give our racers the next one to go ahead and get them to set up. I wish Mega Man could glide through the air. I think that would be pretty great for him. So what are we going to have our players actually doing? What's their challenge for tonight?
The goal is to defeat 2 robotmen.
Okay. I'll let them know.
I'm preparing the scene here.
So like we said before, these are not ROM hacks, so they're not getting a brand new experience. This is the Mega Man you've seen before. This will be familiar to you, and if our players have played Mega Man before, this will be familiar to them as well. We've just enhanced it. A lot of the big challenge in Mega Man really is the levels. I mean, I think Mega Man 1 has some of the easier Robot Masters. As the noted Mega Man lover, I think I should speak to how Mega Man stacks up against the other Mega Men. And I think Mega Man 1, the Robot Masters are pretty straightforward compared to a lot of the other games, but the levels themselves are where a lot of the challenge is. So
we'll need to tell the players there to undo the done.
Yeah.
Get that green off there. Get some double audio, nice.
Whose feeds are we?
I'm working on my auto grouper didn't group. I'll have to look into that too. I got some tech for that and it didn't happen, so let me see if I can figure out why. It's been a while since I used this, so I don't remember the script. We have a script for this. There it goes. Just couldn't remember what the update grids button is. There. Okay, so everybody's ready. Tell them to go into boss select. That's where we'll start from.
What time limit do you want to give them? I don't think that 2 Robot Masters is unreasonable. I think we'll get clears rather than going to time, but what time limit do you want to...
20 minutes is fine. I'll be able to tell you who our 4 champions are at that point.
Alright, so we will stop once we've got 4 of our players getting 2 Robot Masters. I think that's going to be pretty doable. With an enhanced game like this.
That's right.
Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and give them the countdown. All right, well, I'm interested in seeing the spread of what levels people choose. A lot of people have either, I think most people have Cutman or Gutsman selected. And I get that. Those seem like the most straightforward levels to kind of approach here.
I think so.
I think we'll probably end up seeing a lot of people who picked Cutman originally, switched to Gutsman next, and vice versa.
That's the two I would do. Gutsman stage is very small. Our players are figuring out how their new tech works.
Yeah.
Having some trouble. Cannot glide and shoot. Now, come on now. Obviously, Okami of Games famously has never played Mega Man before, so, you know. What do you... You know, everyone dies to those flying boys in stage 1, it's fine.
Who hasn't been there?
Yeah. I always die to those guys when I try and speedrun this. Just once, you know, that's just part of your run. Take a death to those flying boys.
So yeah, we've given Mega Man the ability to fly. That is pretty much it.
It came at cost because, you know, when you wish on a genie, the first wish's bad thing was that you had to play Bayou Billy, but now the bad thing is that you just can't move forward. I mean, you can glide backwards. You know, you gotta be real specific with those genie wishes, I'm sorry. That's just the way genies work. You cannot fire while gliding, that would be nuts, so you gotta carefully glide.
Yeah, the monkey paw curled and said that now if you want to go to the left, you have to press right, but you can fly through the air, so that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's a certainly doable challenge. You can get through Gutsman here in probably 3 minutes. You can just...
I am a terrible Mega Manner. I'm bad at the Mega Man games I've played, and I haven't played many of them. And when we were testing this, I beat Gutsman from title screen in about 6 minutes. So.
Joystick Hero's got the tech. Look at that, flying right over the Jumperman. Already
exactly.
Gutsman's. Jerry's going after Iceman, and you know what? Maybe if you glide right, you can skip the Yoku blocks.
Exactly. Yeah. The thing about this is that the real best stages are going to be the ones where you can get a lot of horizontal distance, right? If you can get into the air and glide, like with the first room in Gutsman stage, it really trivializes a lot of the levels. The downside is that you have to do a little bit of fidgeting to be able to beat the bosses effectively. It is tricky to fight a Robot Master with such a restrictive movement option.
Yeah, I think that the easiest bosses in this game are obviously Bomb Man, Cut Man, and Guts Man. If you have the weakness, that's different. If you have Cut, you can go after a Luck Man, but being able to glide doesn't help on his stupid ladder stage, so I wouldn't go there anyway. The weaknesses after that kind of depend on Luck Man, so I wouldn't think that Iceman would be a good pick, or Fireman. Fireman wouldn't be too bad, but I think definitely the choices for me would be Gutsman and Cutman, because those Cutsman's a little hard. Gutsman is the easiest.
Cutman's level is going to be the trickiest part here for them. Yeah. Gutsman's level is easy and the boss is easy, so that's like well, easy under the circumstances. And I think that makes it an obvious choice for one of their two. If they recognize that, I hope they do. Then one of them's already decided for them. It's really up to them to decide the second Robot Master they want to go for.
Cutman is weak to the Buster, just happens to take a lot of damage from it, so there's that. Joystick will have to dodge some of these rocks to win, and they haven't been doing a great job at that, but they might be able to get it still. They're kind of trapped. I wonder if they have any lives left. Digi's reached the boss. Richard Cat's reached the boss. Polterghost is almost there. Joystick's got one try left on Gutsman here. I found the Mets to be harder than Gutsman.
Yes, the Mets are actually really rough with this, because you have to look away from them to get close. So it became quite a challenge. You know, I may not be much of a Mega Manner, but if one thing of years of speedrunning has taught me, it's how to find a cheese strat for a boss, something that allows me to avoid actually doing things the intended way. And Gutsman, I found a way where you could pretty much guarantee you wouldn't take damage and you could get consistent hits on the boss. So it's discoverable. This is definitely learnable. It is somehow simultaneously easier and harder than it looks, I think.
The thing that's throwing the players with Gutsman is that they are airborne, but even then, gliding still counts as moving, so you will get stunned if he is stomping, even though you're in the air.
I think that movement counts as being on the ground. I assume Gutsman's effect here only affects you if you're on the ground, right?
One boss dead. Yeah, that's true. You have to jump just right to not be stunned. Being stunned isn't a big deal, though. If the players are really struggling with him, they could go after Bomb Man and bring his weakness in here. It kills him in 3 hits. So there are ways to deal with this problem. It is Mega Man. It's not meant to lock you out forever, like Bayou Billy is. Joystick, first one to kill a boss, in the lead now, going to Cutman. Cutman is weak to Guts. It's kind of strange. It's a badly designed game. It's the first one. They didn't really think it out. Gutsman has the worst power of any Mega Man game, bar none, because it's dependent on terrain that you can throw, and once you've thrown it, they're gone forever. So you can see Okami Games is on Cutman now. If you had Gutsman, you could throw those 2 blocks at him. It won't kill him, but it sure will hurt him. And that's it. You better kill him on that try, because they're not going to respawn.
Is that Gutsman's only...
Yes.
Tool he gives to Mega Man is the ability to...
That's it.
Wow.
You can use that tool to get the magnet beam that you require to win. It's a platform device, so it's really good, but I don't count that as Gutsman's shitty power. The thing about that, too, is when you get to the refights, Gutsman does not have those blocks in his new arena, so you just gotta Buster Duel him anyway.
Oh, man. Looks like Digi's trying to farm a little bit of health. I think that's actually probably a smart idea. He's got kind of a sweet spot here where he was able to kill an enemy or get an enemy to respawn over and over. I'd probably take advantage of that if I were in Digi's spot of being midway through a level so low on health.
Yeah. Retro Cat got greedy or something, or panicked, I think, actually, is what I would say, and just stopped shooting the boss. They would have won if they just sat there and fired.
This control scheme is awkward enough that really what you're looking for on the bosses is a way to not have to move too much. And there is a place you can stand in Gutsman's stage where it's really easy to just... He throws a rock at you and you jump over it easily. And that's really what you have to find, I think, for these bosses, because while you can stay airborne, you can't necessarily stay airborne all that easily.
Well, Gutsman is random, and he could just decide to never throw a rock. So there's that nice. Too. He might just jump around. He might not even go towards you. He might just jump up and down. That's how I got him when I tried this earlier. I got him immediately with no trouble because he never even attacked. He didn't even think about it.
Oh, that's really interesting. I assumed that you could manipulate him in some ways. Maybe you can just control like what direction he throws the rocks, because he never ran at me and he threw rocks constantly.
Polterghost is bringing in the glitch with the pause, the buffer, the shot to get as much damage as possible on Bomb Man here. Did not work. Bomb Man has better tech.
It was so close, though.
He's got another try.
This is tough. Our players are actually doing a really good job. They've been thrown quite a curveball here, and they are working their way through it.
I don't think it's that bad, because the tech is really good for the stages sometimes. Like, you can... Fireman's stage would be free. Unfortunately, Fireman wouldn't be. I think you could probably damage race him, though.
So our players have certainly felt it out by now, but just watching it may not be obvious exactly what's happening here. So the way this works is that if you hold left, for instance, Mega Man will constantly like back hop while facing left. You don't have to mash it, so there's not like a technical component to this. The problem is that over long distances, you will lose a tiny bit of height as you do it. So, you know, like for instance, right here where Flargra is covering a large gap in Gutsman's stage, you can't stay airborne like at the top of the screen indefinitely, but you can definitely get a lot of height and cover a huge amount of ground really easily, which is what this is all about. So the stages that are going to work the best are the ones that have a huge amount of whatever you would say the opposite of verticality is, horizontality.
Oh no, Okami couldn't dodge that one. Should have used the iframes to barrel through. Would have had
Ultra
it.
Ghost, our first clear, and actually remarkably quick. I'm super impressed that in 11 minutes, knocked down 2 bosses.
That's your Mega Man player right there. What do you think of my Game Genie Wishmaster image and glitch effect? And
I really like it. I can't wait to find out what you wished for some other games, because I have wishes for what would make some games better, and I can't wait to find out what you wished for.
Yeah. How will I wish for this?
Right before the monkey paw curls. This is such an interesting one. We found this, and it's like the perfect modification. It gives you some benefits and some drawbacks in such a way that I actually think it stays relatively balanced.
Yeah, I think so. It's annoying as hell because the Mets, the easiest enemy in the world, turtles, are super difficult Sniper Joe boys now. And Sniper Joe, you can just jump over his head and fly away.
Yeah.
Actually, not this one. This one's super aggressive in this game. I wouldn't try it on him, but a lot of the other enemies you can just fly over, and Gusman stage is completely free, and it is the first big hurdle for Mega Man 1 players who haven't played it before. Those stupid ramps or tough jumps. The stage is very short. If you can fly over the hard part at the start, it's empty. You can fly over the minors too if you jump right. If you really push it, you can glide across the entire second stretch and not fight any of those guys.
Yeah, when I played this, once I realized what the mechanic was at the very beginning of Gutsman stage, I jumped until I was half off screen and just flew over basically the whole level. The miners couldn't even hit me at the very end of the room. That's how little height you lose.
Okami has done it.
Okami now has 2 games down, or 2 Robot Masters down, so that is our second clear. We're still looking for 2 clears. You know, obviously we could and can take, you know, best amount of progress after 20 minutes, but would love to see 2 more clears. And I think we've got some players who are doing pretty well, so...
No, I did not ban the pause glitch. It's not that good with the pellets anyway. It helps, obviously. It makes you triple your damage if you do it right. But, it's not a guarantee thing. I don't feel like the bosses are a hard part of this. I feel like if you made it to them, you probably have them. But yeah, players are struggling with Gutsman a little bit.
We threw them enough of a curveball that I wouldn't say anything's really off limits.
Look how easy Cutman is. You don't really need help with him. Joystick Hero, I think, is done. I think they're number 3.
Okay, yeah. Joystick Hero has marked themselves done, so we're looking for 1 more clear. Flargo's on a boss. I'm not sure this is their second one. I don't remember offhand seeing Flargo clear one already, but this might be a clear.
They're finding out the hard way that they get stunned midair if they're gliding. It sucks.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing in this whole thing.
You can still just normal jump, so I mean, that is an option for you, but...
Yeah, you can jump and shoot, but you can't jump, move, and shoot.
Virtua Cat really internalizing the idea here. Virtua Cat just deciding to hit the bricks and fly over everything.
If you had this without losing forward movement, this would be a great feature. But you
Have you ever played the ROM hack? Mega Man 5 has Burst Chaser Air Slider, and I think it's either Mega Man 4 or Mega Man 6 have just the Air Slider, but it's basically the ability to use the slide mechanic, but you can do it in midair as well. It's just a ROM hack that adds only that. Have you ever played that?
It adds more than that. It ruins the game, as they all do, by making it impossibly hard. But I have beaten it because I really like Mega Man 5, so I took on the challenge that all those ROM hacks had for me.
Does Burst Chaser Air Slider add other things other than just adding those 2 mechanics?
Rockman 5 air sliding changes the levels dramatically to make sense for air sliding, and it really sucks a lot because they went nuts with it. I think Flargra is done. No, they are not. They have only killed one. So we're on a fight to the end here. Digi is trying to get across these awful platforms and is doomed. Oh jeez.
Yeah, I don't think you're coming back from that one, Digi. I wonder if God, now I really don't want to put this thought into my head, but I wonder if because that little hop animation is counting as being on the ground, if you can like frame perfect jump out of it. That'd be so powerful. That'd be almost too powerful.
Air sliding is tech that came into Mega Man X2. It's air dashing in that game. Dashing is way better than sliding. Feels better, it's my opinion.
Yeah, my only familiarity with Burst Chaser and Air Slider is that the speedrunning community for Mega Man had a phase where everyone was super into BCAS, as they called it. Like, it became a popular speedrun for a little while, at least.
Deathlock is getting to Cutman here, and Cutman, like I said, is very, very weak to not only Gutsman, but the Buster, too. So if they feel like using Gutsman, they'll crush him. I think it will take 30% of
Deathlock's
life.
second?
I think every one of these players has killed Gutsman.
Okay.
Polterghost is trying to get out of Electman's stage.
Oh no.
It's a pretty tough jump.
Oh. I didn't even think about the fact that that might make a stage impossible.
I don't think it is, but I might be wrong.
You can't jump diagonally in this. How would you do it?
Yeah, you might be right. You have to do a zip.
I wonder if you can do the frame perfect jump out of the I want that to be tech.
I'm glad nobody was foolish enough to pick Electman, the most ridiculous boss. Without his weakness, he's almost impossible too.
Poor Polterghost.
Jerry has killed Cutman. Are they done? They may have it. Or haven't they killed
on the title screen?
No, they didn't. So that means Deathlock here is almost there. I think. There are 4 minutes left in this 20-minute thing. It was more like 22 minutes, but it's because my clocks are silly.
Doing exactly the right thing. Like I was saying before, you just want to find a strat that allows you to not have to move.
Has Deathlock done it?
Is that number 2?
No.
Oh wow, okay, we're still in it.
We have a lot of mixed up boss fights here. Iceman is super bad news because he kills you in 3 hits. But otherwise, his stage isn't too bad with gliding. It's obviously better than it was. I wouldn't pick this one until I would almost do the boss order after killing Cutman and Gutsman. I would probably do the same boss order I always do with this.
Gutsman and Cutman?
Gutsman, Cutsman, Electman would be next because you don't go to Electman's without the gut power. You don't get the magnet beam. Cutman will kill him for you, and then Electman can kill Iceman here without any trouble at all.
Can you re-enter stages in Mega Man 1?
Yeah, I think so. You better be
I
able
hope
to.
so, otherwise you'd not maybe be able to miss the magnet beam. That'd be heartbreaking.
You can't win without it, so there's...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Digi is trying to get around the penguins and not having a good time.
Jerry Eris is right about at the boss door now, so this would be Jerry's second, right? We just saw Jerry beat Cutman?
Yes.
Am I misremembering?
I feel like they were on Gutsman before and they gave up.
It might be the case. Oh yeah, Jerry's got the Cutman weapon, so I would say things are looking pretty good for us to have another clear in a minute or so. You can see right here, watching Jerry's screen, exactly why the Mets are such a problem.
They're beasts. They have the anti-glide tech. They trained.
I mean, I figured out a way to kill them consistently, but it was still very annoying. You have to like shoot at them and then move toward them so that the bullet gets there when they're...
Jerry's finding out.
Is weapon good against?
No, it's not. But it lets them hit him from here. I think that they think they can maybe...
that's... I see the logic in it.
Oh, you've done the pause glitch with the cut blade to do 1 damage over and over again.
Love that for us.
Well, there is 1 more life for Jerry here. We have 1 minute left. I think I'll let them play it out because I think someone's going to kill a boss soon. It's got to be happening. Cutsman cannot defeat the players that are coming after him much longer, and Gutman here probably don't have what it takes to beat Jerry again.
The problem is that with how much trouble the Mets really give you, the fact that there's a hallway of 4 of them right before you enter Gutspan means that you're probably gonna have lost some life.
Yeah, you really gotta actually jump over those bullets. Got some health back. Oh boy. Jerry's just tanking it. And they come in with half health. That's not good. Deathlock is back on Gutman here. Gutsman.
I think Deathlock's starting to understand like how to... I apologize, I spoke too soon.
That is our timer, but I don't have a clear winner, so we gotta sit around. I can't believe Digi is still trying Iceman, who is definitely designed to crush you in every way here. The stage is real bad for this glide, and...
Oh, Digi was gonna make it on top of the ledge, but wasn't confident.
Iceman's gonna be perfect pixel-precise dodging for 30 seconds, or you're gonna die instantly. That's what it's gonna be. They're gonna make it there. They're gonna find out this is the nastiest of the bosses to go after. I don't know why Jerry's into the cut. It doesn't work. Deathlock is on Gutsman.
So my trick for Gutsman, I don't know what bits of this are actually randomized, so I can't say whether or not it would just instantly work for everyone, but I stood right at the edge of the boulders, so that when they exploded right there, I just jumped over all the pieces.
Yeah, you can evade them at any place in this. You do it right, and that's an easy one. We're getting clobbered by him. Digi is going to find out the nasty man here does not allow you to win. And all of that work
has spoken.
Yeah, all of that work to get here is probably the most
Virtual
lethal.
Cat's on Cutman. I don't know whether or not this is the first Robot Master for them, though.
They have crushed him.
Oh, that's a clear for Virtual Cat.
We have our 4 players.
That's it. All right, that was awesome. I'm glad we enhanced Mega Man. It needed it.
Yeah.
Thank God they, fixed most of the issues in Mega Man 2. Sorry, X2.
Let's go to our intermission screen, yeah.
I'm ready.
Let's close this. All right, we have another game for you, folks. Tetris, the relentless building block video puzzle.
I hope we can improve on Tetris.
I wish that I didn't have to see so many dang Z blocks. Tetris.
I think we can fix that problem.
I hate those things. The goal of Tetris is to clear Mode B, level 0 first. 25 lines, that's all we want. Let's get our players ready.
I'm actually glad we're doing Tetris. I am always impressed by Tetris, and I think Tetris is cool, but I'm chronically bad at Tetris, so I think it's good that we've decided to enhance it.
Players 3, 2, 8, and 9 are still alive. Telecommy, we need to remove that thing there.
Yep.
We playing Virtual Cat's audio. I am ready to go. "20 minutes to do this, or we'll just go by who got the most lines if they can't do it."
There we go. So we'll try to keep an eye on line counts. All right, I'll give them the countdown.
Go for it. I just don't like Z blocks. Let's hide them. Get rid of those suckers. No more Z blocks. We have started.
Yep, here we go.
Nice. You only see half as many Z blocks, technically. Poltergust didn't get any lines. That's weird.
Well, Virtua Cat's made a really nice looking boat.
I'm gonna move over to the person with the correct music. Joystick Hero. So far, Economy of Games playing very well, has 2 lines cleared. Got a double, 21.
So I'm seeing a few people speculate on what the changes are here. Some wrong and some right, so I'll just come out and say it. The blocks don't actually appear until they land. They're still up there. They're still moving around. They move around just fine. You're still getting the blocks in the order you would normally get them, but they're just not visible until they actually settle into place. So you have to base it off of the next window. That's the way that you figure out what block you're going to be dealing with. Basically constantly having to remember what piece is coming next. There's a lot of methods you could use to figure out where that block is on screen, and if you can figure out how it rotates, it's perfectly reasonable to expect that you could get it into the correct location.
Yeah, Grandmaster would hide the entire field, which is way different than this. This is measuring based on audio cues, mostly. I can go from the center, like I can tell Okami needs to flip it once and then press left 3 times to put that Z block where he wants it. That's I know that stuff because I know where it's going to come out and how it's going to be. Okami's doing great. 12 limes to go.
Okami's destroying it. Yeah, I think this is one of those things that if you're already pretty good at Tetris, this actually isn't that bad because people who are good at Tetris do something that I don't when I play Tetris, which is they are always cognizant of what piece is coming next anyway. That next window basically doesn't exist for me when I'm playing the game, but for Okami, it's not a question of what piece he's dealing with because he was just looking at the next window previously.
Polterghost, after throwing and being mad at the first run, figured out how this works and has knocked it down to 15. They are now a competitor for first place.
Yeah, this is all about kind of getting a game plan together. You need to be very mindful of what's coming up next in the next window, because once that piece is actually on screen, hidden as it may be, there's no visual indicator anywhere telling you what piece it is. So you just have to know. And you can know for any piece other than the first one.
Okami with 6 lines to go. Gonna crush this as well as I could, honestly. I don't know that I would be able to win a race. Like, not really made a single mistake that I've seen. We got Polterghost over there going for the big Tetris score and lands it too. 7 to go there. They are now competing for first for real. 1 line difference.
Yeah, I'm not really bad at Tetris, but all of my friends are people who play like Tetris, the Grandmaster on their home boards of the game. So by contrast, I'm terrible at Tetris. But even I was able to get a few lines in testing just to make sure that this worked and was playable.
The lines, the stats on the left do tell you what pieces you've had, so you can identify the first one there too. If you remember to check that out.
Good point. I didn't think about the fact that the statistics probably already include the piece that's on the board.
Okami has finished, according to Discord, so they're just 10 seconds behind or so on the feed. And looks like that's true. That Z block's gonna do it. There it is. Got an extra line just for fun.
Excellent.
Okami, moving on.
Polterghost, obviously a missed drop here is punished way more heavily, but, Polterghost has a method in place. I really don't think that that's going to stop them from being able to finish this up.
Unlike TGM, you cannot rotate this on the ground, so it's fatal what that L block just did for Polterghost. You are not going to slide something under there unless you're a god, because you can't tell where it is vertically, and the speed of it is changing based on your level too, so you're really gonna have to know it well. There's no audio cue for dropping downward like there is for dropping side to side, so you can't slide it under the L like you would like to do, and he just missed another one.
Oh.
Really close. 2 to go. Are they gonna be able to pull it off? The other players are starting to get the hang of it.
This is tricky. This is really, really tricky. Polterghost has been doing a really great job. Okami Games obviously playing at what I would say superhuman levels, but Polterghost is still very close.
Making mistakes, almost done, just cannot throw it yet. Come on. They've
just
got
to have
line.
A plan for where these last 2 ones are going to come from. That's all you got to do. You just got to know where the last few ones are going to come from.
They just need an L block for the left. Oh no, they lost that one. How are they going to get these last 2?
Ignore them. Who needs them?
I think they might have it here if they put these just the line block down the center and then get rid of that Z block. There it is. That blue Z can finish the game. They're getting close to death here though. Oh, I don't know if they meant to do that.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh jeez.
Oh no. I'm so stressed.
Oh, they're gonna die it too. Back into the fray here. Back into the breach.
That was extremely good by Polterghost. What a great attempt that was. Joystick Hero has successfully knocked out a handful of lines. Joystick Hero, I think, was down to like 19 or 20 on their last attempt, and Virtua Cat is, figuring out how to judge where the pieces are, and that's really the hardest part. You don't get that auto sliding that you get with NES Tetris. One of the codes we have for this is that you're required to tap, and so you do get that audio cue to help you here. You just have to be able to kind of visualize where that piece actually is.
If you ever lose your piece, of course you can slam it up to the wall and get it back on that side. If you don't know where the center is, if you're ever confused, you can certainly do that.
I did that for every single piece that came out. I had no idea where the center was. Every single piece, my very first move was moving it all the way against the left wall and then stepping it out from there. And I managed to get a handful of lines, so this is just very tricky.
Well, Okami of Games, we move on to round 4 with one more person to go.
We're looking for our person to join Okami of Games.
They have 12 minutes left before Poltergeist wins by default at 2.
I think the stress of being so close to the end really messed Poltergeist's rhythm up, because you can tell from this round that, I mean, Poltergeist knows what they're doing. They're doing a really great job of managing their field, even not being able to see the piece coming down.
True. They landed a heck in Tetris.
I wonder how all of the people who are so good at Tetris the Grandmaster would fare at this, because there's a lot of like fancy mechanics in Tetris the Grandmaster that really helps you with the blind portions of Tetris the Grandmaster. The ability to slide things off, and so you kind of build your field in such a way that you slide them down a tower essentially to slot them into place.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get that here, so it's kind of a very different experience.
I'm familiar with the Grandmaster. I've played it a bit. I know it. I'm good enough at it. I'm more familiar with Tetris regular, but I feel like a lot of those skills still transfer. You're going to be able to track.
Yeah, NES Tetris is a perfectly fine Tetris, just minus every quality of life improvement that what Akira has made over the years. No six bag, no sliding.
It's a simpler game, and it's better for it in some ways, in my opinion.
I think the only thing that NES Tetris really need... Is it Eureka? Okay, yeah, sorry. I just always see the name of the company on the title screen for Tetris the Grandmaster, so... I think the only thing that NES Tetris really needs, like... would improve it immeasurably is if it had the whole six bag thing, so you don't end up never being able to get a piece that you need.
Just being able to hold one would be good, but the RNG is pretty lousy. Poltergeist is going for 3 lines here. The real secret to this is Tetrises are actually really dangerous, especially in like a versus Tetris, because you're just setting yourself up to die. But in this, I wouldn't go for them. Why bother? They're worth more points. We're not going for points. We're going for line clears. So
right.
It's not like in
some games where it's not like in some games where a Tetris gives you 5 lines.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. So we're at the mercy of not only the RNG but building ourselves up. What if we finally make a mistake after building a tower? Then we have 4 worthless lines. It's pretty dangerous, and I think Poltergeist is landing them, so that's good. They got 1 more to go, but it is risky. There's no benefit.
Well, it looks to me like Poltergeist has got this. There it is.
Hey!
And Poltergeist in Discord says, I never want to play Tetris ever again, which I get that. I can see how we could have that effect on people.
Last game of the night. The end of Royal Rumblepak. A little bit of the Super Mario Bros.
Oh, thank God. Back to something familiar.
Yeah.
I'm so done with the Billies and the Tetrises.
That's not my genie button. I'll play it again, though. Wish the Super Mario Bros. Enemies were a little bit more interesting. Tired of these Goombas doing nothing all the time.
Alright, so our final two racers are going to be playing Super Mario Bros.
Load it up, fellas. Okami versus Polterghost. Mario Brothers, interesting style. That is player number 2 and 3.
Alright, we're going to take a quick break. Okami needed to step away for just a second, and then we will be right back in it, so... Yeah, if we could get our monkey paw on bringing back Mario 35, that'd be great for me. Mario 35 is back, but it was made by a kid in Brazil in Flash. I'm going to go ahead and just say we're going to give them a time limit and see who gets the furthest in that time limit. I made a few small modifications that I don't think I want to just give them a hard cutoff, because I think they can probably achieve any cutoff I set, so...
Okay, 20 minutes is a fine time for Mario Brothers.
I was actually really impressed how quickly people took to the Tetris challenge. I mean, I think what we saw were two people who figured it out way better than I could have possibly imagined, and two people that struggled with it the exact amount I had expected.
That was weird. That Goomba was armed.
Oh no. That doesn't bode well.
Oh, he's got the Mega Man glide. It all comes full circle. That guy looks like a Bayou Billy to me. I like how well the demo is playing this. This is pretty good.
The demo's giving it their best shot.
Lewis Torturer reappears in Mario Bros. Whenever they're ready, we're ready to go. I got them on screen.
Okami had stepped away to get a drink of water. So, whenever Okami is back, we will get it going. Yeah, so I guess I'll wait till they get started and I'll talk a little bit about what's different in this.
Okay. Okay. What did y'all think of Game Genie Rumblepak? Still in beta as far as I'm concerned, this whole show. But we are working on it. Mostly the setup is what I need to improve, I would say. Seems like we're good to go.
All right. We hope to get the setup so smooth that you'd be a fool not to join these. Right now, it's probably an ordeal for our players as well, because it's a little bit of a time commitment, and the setup's not trivial for them either. But we'll get it all set up, and hopefully people will join us for some fun events.
This ain't so bad. Damn, the coins aren't poison.
So we're asking them not to take any warp pipes and to see how far they can get in 20 minutes time. I made a few small modifications to my original plan for this. I went back and tested it again. I felt like you really do need to be almost a speedrunner of this game to do really well at it with only the hammers. So my next thought was, well, I can just give them infinite lives and that'll solve some of those problems. So they do have infinite lives, actually. I didn't have to worry about telling them how to continue from the world that they left off on or anything like that. But then I realized that they might find themselves in situations where their checkpoint is really bad or awkward that they can't get past for whatever reason. So I decided that all Marios, not just Fire Mario, should be allowed to shoot a fireball. And that's where we are today.
Now he's super. Now he's cooking. I love the Goomba that flies. He's cool. That turtle was embarrassed. He let Mario go. He turned into a shell and flew off. 2-2 beaten by Polterghost, who's having very little trouble at all. Another show improvement would be to buy Author Blues a quieter keyboard.
I'm gonna type twice as loud. Now that you said something.
Gonna have a big, like a foot pedal button that just mutes you on Discord when you start typing. It'll be great.
I'll remember to mute myself before I type. Sorry, they were asking for a clarification on my rules. I was emphatic about not using any warp pipes.
Yeah.
And they were clarifying that they could still go in pipes in levels, to which I said, of course, but just no level, none that skip levels.
How many lives do they have?
Infinite.
Nice.
So, what makes this code especially interesting is that it doesn't just give enemies hammers, it actually copies like a lot of the enemy behavior from Hammer Bros themselves. So enemies now jump, and one kind of weird quirk about this code that I really love, I've actually played with this code a whole bunch in my life. One of the weird quirks about this is that even dead enemies still throw hammers. So you'll sometimes kill an enemy and they'll fall off screen and throw a hammer back up at you, which is always the funniest thing.
Yoshi's Revenge. You see that turtle?
He was out for blood.
He did a catch. He read the movement. He had you on read. He just got you. Why don't the fire bars throw hammers?
I don't know. I wish they did so badly. Also, Bowser's unchanged. I imagine he has sort of like different enemy handling code, but the thing that the thing that comes out of him when you shoot him with fire, that thing will throw hammers. So.
Polterghost's lead is shrinking a little bit as Okami somehow caught up on the athletic stage.
There's still definitely value to getting power-ups because they at least allow you to be able to take a hit, but it makes Fire Flower itself not as valuable, so no need to stress yourself over getting past Super Mario.
Our Mario 35 players know where all those stars are.
Mm-hmm. That was one of the reasons why I thought it might be a little bit unfair without a little bit of modification, was I was worried that if they didn't know where power-ups were already in levels, they wouldn't really be able to explore very well, and they wouldn't be able to get past certain walls of enemies.
What do you mean? This is fine.
Yeah, totally normal stuff. I love what it does to the piranha plants. That's my favorite part of these of this game, Genie Code, is that the piranha plants are no longer content to hide in the pipes waiting for you.
I love that Koopa too.
They bring the fight to you.
I studied maps to get better at Mario 35, even though I don't think I ever lost like a single game. I studied maps to just be even better at it. Just playing the American audience who just sucks at Mario Brothers.
Yeah, the fun part about Mario 35 was if you're passably good at Mario, you can win most of the time. That's all it took. It's just, if you can make Mario jump, you're in business. There's another code I found that makes every enemy throw big, like clouds of hammers, like the Hammer Bowser does. You know, he throws like 8 hammers at a time. But that makes the game almost unplayably laggy. Okami heading into 2-2.
One day Mario 35 is going to come back with enhancements to make more sense of the game. Just watch out.
I hope it does. It was so good.
The idea is so solid, but the implementation, just being like time, and they have like a hard limit of just, here's these fellas, and you can't kill them. You can't kill them slow enough to lose. It's gonna be a 30-minute game where somebody finally runs out of time. The little Kitu spam.
The Japanese players discovered that if the match lasted for 2 hours, the server would eventually just shut the game down.
Yeah. They need to continue to upgrade the enemies.
Yeah.
To levels beyond Mario 1's capacity, like these.
The fire definitely makes this a lot easier, and not withholding fire to only Fire Mario means that death or losing your power-ups isn't necessarily the end of your attempt. You still have a fighting chance.
That fish died, and then jumped back up and threw another hammer up, and got Poltergeist with the free hammer.
Yeah, he wasn't done.
Oh! Dangerous fellas, these guys. It's been 8 minutes, both players are in the exact same spot. Okami has officially caught up. Anybody's game at this point. If anyone has any ideas on how I can run 16 or 32 feeds without latency problems, they are on Twitch, so the feeds are there. It's just me pulling them all by myself is no good. I think I was thinking about the obvious first solution is to have some help, some assistance that would run 4 of them and then send that to me, and I'm in the end I would only have 8 streams, then it would just be those 4. That problematic with the audio mixing though.
Yeah, that's true. You could just take 2 audio sources from each scene and have one person mixed all the way in the left channel and one person mixed all the way in the right channel so that you can separate them.
I could have the mods who are doing the broadcast separate each one into a different channel. I use all 6 OBS channels.
This code that's being used for turning everything into a Hammer Bro, if it's anything like the other code I used to use, totally breaks the cheap generator. So the 2 bridges are just free levels. Unfortunately, I wish it didn't break them, because having a billion cheeps flying across the screen chucking hammers sounds hilarious.
Okay, but why is the lava throwing hammers?
Maybe the potaboos that jump up and down, maybe those can throw hammers. Those might count as the right type of enemy to throw hammers. Kami backed up. Nah, I'm out of here.
Thank you, Mario. Wham! Had a hammer. Poltergeist got held up big by 2-2, but they are on their way now. They're gonna get a free level coming up, and then they're gonna be in the castle. They'll call me cleared in 1 shot, I think. This is the first level with actual Hammer Brothers, if I'm not mistaken.
I think... Yeah, okay. For some reason I was thinking 5-1 were the first ones, but yep.
There's a star right there that they walked past that would have been nice. I know about that one big time for the Mario run. And these guys being pretty threatening enemy. I don't like dealing with them when I have small Mario, so... I think that was my problem with Mario 35. You could bag all those items. I thought that was too much. They were giving too many abilities to the players. You should be dying more.
Oh. Okami was on the last enemy of the level.
Can't get that star now. Poltergeist just beamed by a hammer off screen. Nice duck.
Wow.
Oh, not this time.
That was still pretty clutch.
Oh!
Oh. Okami definitely was trying to take advantage of the iframes. That was smart, but unfortunately they ran out at just the wrong time.
I wish the fireballs that Bowser spits fired hammers as they flew over your head. Death from above. Poltergeist has reached the same stage. There are only 8 minutes left. Even real Hammer Brothers don't throw on death.
Yeah, something about this code breaks enemies when they walk off of a ledge sometimes. You'll sometimes see enemies enter like they're just upside down in floating state. They'll still throw hammers, but they like cease to operate the way normal enemies do. Like you can touch them, you can't jump on them, they just kind of float around throwing hammers. So they enter like this god mode state, which... they're now unkillable weapons of destruction.
They've ascended. They're just throwing hammers. It's not because of you. They're on a different plane.
You cannot conceptualize the reason for the hammers. The hammers are actually a metaphor. This is actually so this is one of the more famous Game Genie codes that exists, Stagio, that makes enemies throw hammers. This is not the Stagio code though, because the Stagio code usually only has them throw hammers. This one basically copies over a little more of the Hammer Bro AI and adds in the jumping and things like that. So this one's a little different.
You want to see the bullet bills?
On the same level. I think the bullet bills just kind of float around in god mode as well, throwing hammers.
Some clutch plays got us through 3-1.
Yeah, this is extremely close for what it's worth. The lead has changed a few times. Now it's, I mean, I would say they're pretty much tied up at the moment.
I thought there was a star there. I don't think Okami knows about any of these stars, and that's going to be Poltergeist advantage. They're really getting a lot of mileage out of these. Just like that, they caught back up.
Yep. We're seeing a combination of a lot of really diligent, mindful, careful playing, and a little bit of luck here and there. Super Mario Bros. 1 also has a famous issue where when there's a lot of hammers on screen, not all of them have hitboxes. So I've definitely seen some players run into a hammer that didn't kill them because they were fortunate it was one that didn't have a hitbox.
Yeah, I think you were originally going to go with 2-4, right? We would have been done in 5 minutes.
Yeah, it would have taken no time at all. And I think with the original setting, I still worry that 2-4 might not have been possible if I didn't give them infinite lives, and then giving them infinite lives had me worry about something else, so I gave them fireballs, and now we're having a fun romp through Nightmare Mario Land.
Seems to me that Mario is the nightmare.
He's definitely a menace. Okami leaving the castle as Poltergeist is entering it. The lead is minimal at best.
4-1 and 4-2 are famous, known levels. I feel like everyone knows these that plays Mario. This is where you warp to.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't do World 2 and 3, and most people don't do 4-3 either, for that matter.
And again, Okami game is leaving 4-1 as Poltergeist is entering 4-1, so all it's really going to take is Okami to get hung up on one part somewhere in here for Poltergeist to be able to catch by the end of the next 3 minutes.
Will not be taking the vine. The vine is a pain in the ass to get to anyway. The speed run to get that is just like the most annoying thing in the world. It's a series of jumps that takes me like 30 seconds, and you have to do them to the frame in that run.
Yeah, though nowadays the speedrun does the wrong warp, entering a pipe that makes it take you to where the vine should go.
Neat. Is that easy to do?
Yeah, if you know the technique. You have to like get the camera to shift in a weird way. Oh no.
Oh no. Poltergeist.
Poltergeist is in a bad spot.
Is that a warp back there?
I think it is, but I don't remember where. I think it might just be to World 5.
Can't do it.
Poltergeist can't seem to decide what to do.
Well, it's in Nintendo seconds, so they lost about 3 minutes here.
Oh yeah, they're letting the timer run out, which is definitely the correct honorable choice, but that's it's desperately hoping that Buzzy Beetle that's just off screen decides to huck a hammer up there.
It's looking like it wants to.
It'll be about 30 seconds remaining, I think, once time runs out. Maybe there won't be time left.
If they took the warp, they'd still be in the same place. So, like, if we just let them do it, Okami would still be in the lead by a little bit. What an anticlimactic battle. Polterghost trying to cheat the level. He cheated himself. He cheated not only the game, but yourself.
That's unfortunate. If I'd remembered that was there, I would have given them a note to remember that 4-2 has another warp zone at the end of it.
Oh, jeez, the trio.
If there hadn't only been a minute left, I would have told them to just keep going and check the timer.
Time is up. 5-1. Okami of Games was in the lead when that happened. It not necessarily the reason Polterghost lost, but all chance of winning.
Okami's been hung up on 5-1 long enough that I would imagine it's not impossible to think that Polterghost could have passed. But
Polterghost going out in style one last time. All right. Royal Rumblepak, episode 3. I think we've done 3 of these complete.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
I need to get some art pieces made by somebody for this. I need to build some better layouts. I really need to figure out how to get 16 or more screens ready to go. We have not failed to fill up the audience. 14 to 16 players is good. Like, it's good enough. I don't expect to always have the full 16, especially when it's time to go and some people just aren't ready and can't make it. Sometimes we have pinch hitters and stuff.
It could be tough to get 16 people together to do anything ever.
Yeah. I'm gonna find somebody to host. Thanks for joining me off the blues for another speed bump adventure. I think we are at the last week of Banana and the Bobber, which
yeah, I think next week we'll probably wrap it up.
Everyone should try out. It's on Steam. It's free.
It's a lot of fun.
It's good.
You could throw your hat in for a potential world record, invent your own category, have some fun with it.
Absolutely. Let's see who we're gonna host here. I'll host some Jackbox. And on that note, I will see about posting the drawings because I played that today. We did some TKO. Have a good night, everybody.
Night.